So I want to kick off this episode by saying Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a fantastic festive break. This episode is being aired on the 1st of January 2024, and you might be listening to this on the 1st itself or shortly afterwards. So I hope you had a great break, and I hope if you are listening to this, I'm sure you are chomping at the bit, ready to attack 2024. The title of the episode, of course, is Holiday Hangover to New Year, New You. Now, that might be a little bit clickbaity, but I just wanted to draw attention to those few words just to kick this episode off. One of my biggest pet hates in the coaching space the last sort of 3 decades is people kicking off the year with New Year, New Me, and then not following through on that. So whether you're a client listening to this, or a client I coach, or someone who is an avid listener of this episode and a continual supporter of me, first and foremost, I'm obviously very grateful. But whether I work with you or not, I want to make sure that I play my part as much as possible in making sure that whatever goals are important to you this year, you actually follow through on them. Because I don't believe anyone wants to set a goal and not follow through. Of course, there are many things that can get in our way across the calendar year, from a life perspective, business perspective, emotional perspective. But there are also many things we can do, irrelevant of curveballs, to make sure we do what we said we would do and we achieve more of our goals than not achieving our goals. So you will need, if you really want to get the most out of this episode, a pen and paper or your notes on your phone. Reason for this is what I wanted to go through today was something that I went through at our last Built to Last London event. For those of you who aren't aware, within our Built to Last program, we run amazing in-person events. Technically speaking, our online service is like a hybrid model. We have regular meetups every few months as an absolute minimum, because I really believe that connection in person, being around like-minded people, dramatically increases your chances of achieving your physical goals, your mental goals, your emotional goals, which by default are going to help you achieve all of your professional and personal aspirations. And one thing I did at the last London event was go through a confidence checklist. It's basically a framework which really creates a lot of clarity, and that's one of the points actually, on what you're trying to achieve, what needs to happen to help you achieve these goals, and more importantly, who you need to become. So this is something you might have to start, listen back to, but I promise you it'll be worth it. And one thing I'll say, and it, so I don't forget, this confidence checklist I actually have as a PDF that you can download and print off on a tangible card. So one thing I did at the last event was create a tangible card with this confidence checklist where our clients finish the sentences that I'm going to go through today. Because if you work with me, as I said at the event, I want to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do and you have reminders of what you need to do to achieve your goals. So many people forget what they wanted, what they need to do, especially as the weeks and the months and the years pass by. So what I encourage you to do is, and please feel free to direct message me on Instagram, through my website, email me, if you actually want this confidence checklist as a tangible reminder. Because as I've just said, so many people actually forget as the weeks and the months pass by what they wanted. Life gets in the way. And if you don't want to be that person where life gets in the way of your goals this year, whether it's to do with body, mindset, personal, professional, I really encourage you to reach out to me for this confidence checklist. But if not, just hear me out to the end, please, if you want to get the most out of this episode. So what I want you to do is write the word confidence going down. So the word confidence, of course, has CONFIDENCE. So basically write those individual letters. So C, then put equals going across. O equals going across. N equals going across. F equals going across. I, D, E, N, C equals going across next to all of those, because I'm going to be sharing with you a word and a sentence related to all of them. So sorry if that sounds a little bit clunky, but just hear me out, okay? Because there's going to be a specific word related to each of the letters that make up the word confidence that are really, really important for me and for you I believe, really ironing out words that are going to be emotional anchors to following through on your goals. So the first word related to the letter C is clarity. Clarity. If you are going to move forward with confidence this year in 2024, you first of all need clarity on what it is you actually want. So many people kick off a year not knowing with 100% clarity what they actually want. So the first letter is C, equals going across, clarity. And I want you to finish these sentences. First sentence. My number one life goal in 2024 is, let me say it again. My number one life goal in 2024 is, finish the sentence. The reason I say life goal, if you listen to this podcast, there's probably a part of you that either wants to get in better shape physically, or is in good shape but wants to get in better shape, or just wants to stay in peak shape. But what's going to help you do that is relating that identity to your life goal. So a life goal could be something to do with family, could be something to do with your business. Maybe it is a health goal itself, but what is your number one life goal in 2024? But write that sentence. My number one life goal in 2024 is. The second part of that sentence, or second sentence, sorry, related to clarity is, say this sentence and then, or write this sentence, sorry, and then finish it. I therefore need to be healthy and energized and in great shape because. I therefore need to be healthy, energized and in great shape because. So in relation to your number one life goal, basically, why do you need to be energized, healthy and in great shape? How can you relate being healthy, energized, in great shape to that life goal? These, for me, are the two most important sentences when trying to achieve any goal. Because you're going to have a powerful life goal, and then there has to be a reason for you to be healthy and in great shape if you're going to stay healthy and in great shape. And I'm guessing if you listen to this podcast, or presuming, sorry, that you are someone who wants to be in great shape, healthy and energized year round. So relate how being that person is going to help you hit your life goal. The next one is O, okay, which is next to it, one big thing. And I want you to finish this sentence. The biggest thing I did well last year that I need to keep doing in 2024 is. So if you look at the last 12 months, what is the one thing you need to keep doing to have even more success and consistency this year? Because it's okay focusing on what you need to do different, but take time to evaluate what you actually doing really well. What is the one big thing that keeps you on track that you need to keep doing? Okay, so we've got clarity. Then we have the one big thing we need to keep doing. Then the next one is N, is non-negotiables. Finish this sentence. My daily non-negotiable habits to keep me healthier are. And I'll share my three. Exercise, eat 95% minimum real food, and sleep 7 hours. So they're my three daily non-negotiables. What are yours? So write the sentence: my daily non-negotiables that are going to keep me healthy are. Try and be as pinpoint, clear as possible. These are the 3 non-negotiables that should be staring you in the face every single day. They're going to keep you sharp, keep you focused, and keep moving towards your primary life goals. The next one is F for food. If you're trying to optimize your professional targets, stay healthy for your family, stay happy and energized within yourself and your body, food is going to be, of course, a major contributor of that. So the sentence that you should finish is: the food or foods I need to eat less of or remove completely are. Then finish the sentence. So my food is, for me, is one of my strong points. So I finished that sentence with: the foods I need to eat less of or remove completely are. And I just simply put: continue to minimize refined sugar and alcohol. But finish that sentence: the food or foods I need to eat less of or remove completely are. Basically, they should be the foods that, when you look back over the last 12 months, if you ate less of them or remove completely, or it might be an alcohol, for example, would move you forward and help you not only get, but keep that body you want, keep that energy you want, keep your mood in a better spot, keep you more productive, keep you happier. But which food or foods or alcohol is making the biggest dent in either your calorie quantity or calorie quality that's not really serving you in terms of where you're trying to be, how you're trying to look, how you're trying to feel. Next one is identity. What are your 3 best self superpower words? So the sentence I want you to write out is: my 3 best self superpower words are. I've put 4 just because I like the 4 words. And these are the words I sort of say to myself every day in the mirror, talk to myself. Sounds a bit strange, but for me, it conditions who I need to be in pursuit of my goals. So my 3 best superpower words are, I've got 4, but they are consistent, high energy, discipline, and world-class standards, basically standards. What are your superpower words and best self words that when you are truly being congruent and being that person with those traits, those words, that you're just more of an operator, you're more of a high performer. And again, I'm presuming by tuning into this episode that you are someone who wants to be a high performer or is a high performer and is always looking for that edge of how can I be 5% better across mind, body, or business. The next one is discipline. Discipline for me is the fundamental trait that separates a professional from an amateur. Discipline for me is the fundamental attribute that separates someone who can stay in shape across 12 months of the year from someone who talks about staying in shape across 12 months of the year. But sometimes we need reminders when it comes to discipline. This is a bit of reverse psychology, this sentence. When it comes to discipline, I want you to write this sentence. If I wanted to fail, I would lack discipline with, then finish the sentence. So for me, if I wanted to fail, I would lack discipline with sleep, recovery, sugar, and alcohol. The reason I believe that sentence is better sort of reverse engineered, if we are fully aware of what we would do if we were trying to lack discipline, then if we're aware of the things we need to do to lack discipline and then ignoring that and doing them, then we're actually choosing to self-sabotage. So if you want to start the year on the front foot and more importantly, go through the year consistent and creating more predictable progress and predictable outcomes with your goals, then really, really be brutally honest about the things that you would lack discipline with if you really wanted to fuck up any chance of hitting your goals. And again, have them as reminders. Because I guarantee if you are fully aware of the traits and the things that you don't need to do, that you would do, to lack discipline, then you are literally choosing to fuck up your goals and slow your progress down if you continue to do them anyway. E, next one is excuses. What was your number one excuse the last 12 months that's not helping you move towards your professional goals, your personal goals, your health goals? All of us have an excuse that sneaks in from time to time. What is it, and what do you no longer want to tolerate? So the sentence I believe you should write is, the number one excuse I make is, mine last year, full transparency, was I am too old in relation to certain goals, competition goals. I'm going to be turning up the heat and going into more performance-based training aspirations this year. But being 40 now, I know my body's not quite the same, but I think I've used that as a bit of a comfort mechanism, just in case I don't achieve what I want when I do compete. It's sort of, I'm too old. It's bullshit, really. It's weak. So I want to eradicate that. So the number one excuse I make is I'm too old. But what is your number one excuse? And then once you've evaluated that, write this sentence. The action I will take so I no longer make this excuse is, and I put, to do something immediately that's within my control to override this excuse. So basically catch myself when I feel that bullshit excuse desperately trying to creep in. Use it as a cue to override it and actually take action that's somewhat within my control and helps me move forward and doesn't contradict my goals. What is your action that's going to help you override excuses? Then we have N, never off it. Never off it. I don't believe anyone given the choice wants to be off it with their health, with their food, with their training. Why do I believe this so strongly? I've coached now for many, many years. And whenever we've had a client who's stuck and been off it, they're not happy. Because when you're off it with your food, training, or both, it impacts how you feel, which generally impacts how you perform and impacts the person you bring to your family, your relationships. So if you don't want to be off it, write this sentence and finish it. The area of my life I'm never off it is. For many people listening to this, and many people within our Built to Last community, the one area of life they are never off it is business. Why? For me, they are, and maybe you are, fully aware of the consequences if you were ever off it with your business. It means you can't provide for your family, you can't do nice things, can't buy things, don't have the freedom, which is a debatable word, what freedom actually is, that you want. So you would never not show up to work, even if you were tired and didn't want to, right? But get clear on the area of life you are never off it. Because I firmly believe that if you are never off it in one area of your life, especially in business, then you've got the traits, you've got the discipline, you've got the focus to be never off it with your health, fitness and body. But sometimes we forget the basics. So once you've evaluated the months the area of your life, you're never off it, write this sentence, because this is really, really simple but powerful, and this is how hands-on we are with our coaching. Evaluate the specific months that you have been off it in the past, in last year. Okay, so write this sentence. The specific months I've been off it with my health, food, body this year are. So the specific months I've been off it with my health, food, body, maybe rephrase that to not this year, but in the last 12 months. So in 2023, what were the months that you were off it? Once you've evaluated the months you were off it, it's easy then to forward plan this next calendar year on how you can make sure that doesn't happen again. So for example, if you were off it over summer, June, July, August, off it at Christmas, that's 4 months, say in December, that's 4 months that you were off it. And this is logic. If you can forward plan the months that were your danger months and where your standards slip with your food and training, then you can anticipate those months being a potential problem again and make sure that your standards, behavior, your planning is in a better place so you can be better than you were last year if you are listening to this and want to be better next year. What are the months that you are off it and how can you be better? The next one is C for consistency. Write this sentence. The simple thing I could be doing, which I'm not doing, which would keep me confidently moving towards my goals is. So I'm going to say it again. This is what builds consistency. The simple thing I could be doing, which I'm not doing, which would keep me confidently moving towards my goals is. And I put, to finish that sentence, be more disciplined with my phone and be more disciplined finishing work earlier. So I have a horrible habit sometimes of working too much, which can affect mental bandwidth when you've got, in abbreviated terms, a lot on. But if you've got your own business, you're always going to have a lot on. So for me, I want to be even more disciplined with shutting up shop, creating breathing space, so I could be even more productive and efficient in pursuit of my goals, and probably even more energized going into a training session. But with your consistency, write the sentence. The simple thing I could be doing, which I'm not doing, which would keep me confidently moving towards my goals is. What is it? Then lastly, we've got E, and that is environment. And I've done separate podcasts on this subject, on environment, how important it is to be around the right person, the right peer group, the right community, the right connections, if you really want to hit your life goals, your health goals, your body goals, your emotional growth, your personal growth goals. There are so many great quotes, but James Clear's always sticks out to me. Your environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. So if we are really trying to burn the boat and go to a different level with our goals this year, then we really need to get clear on who are the people we need around us to make that happen, or make that more likely to happen. So the sentence that I encourage you to write is this: the person or peer group that will help me live with the mindset, health, and happiness I really want year round is. Who are the people, do you know in your heart, that you have access to or could have potential access to that would make your mindset stronger, make you healthier, help you live happier with more energy? Who are they? Who do you need to be around? You can maybe reverse that. Who do you not need to be around? But focus on the person or the peer group that's more likely to make that happen. And if you are clutching at straws there with this answer, go and find the people that are going to help you move you confidently towards your goals. If you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, business leader who is stuck, my team in the Built to Last community, the Built to Last army, as we like to call it now, can help you with that. Okay? You have a choice at the start of this year to either coast, accept that you don't know certain things and just accept that you're not going to hit your goals, or find the people, find the resources, find the community, find the answer that can, make your goals more likely to happen. And then once you've gone through that confidence framework, for me, it's really, really important to make sure that you have some commitment and realize the contribution you're going to make by hitting and achieving your goals and doing the things that you said you would do. So one word that I would write now is the word commitment in capitals. And the sentence that I encourage you to write is this: the reason I need to show up on my A game every day the next 12 months is. So the reason I need to show up on my A game every day the next 12 months is. Basically, what is the big reason or big reasons why you need to be on your A game this year? It's not a maybe. You just know that these are the biggest reasons you need to be on your A game. For me, I won't read everything out that I wrote, but I finished that sentence with the following: everything I'm working towards, personally, professionally, and emotionally, is less likely to happen if I am not performing at my best. I'll read out another sentence from that I finished off with that. It is essential to operate with ruthless consistency, discipline, high energy and standards every day. There is no other option. So this for me is so powerful and wants to be staring you in the face every day when you are lacking motivation, you've had a life curveball, you've had that dip after the new year, new me. This is the sentence and the statement that you need to refer to. Because when we set a goal, I believe it's to give us a feeling. We always believe it's going to give us a feeling, or it's going to enhance our life or future self in some way. But so often we just need that reminder of the core reasons, the specific reasons, okay? Then the last point is contribution. So once you've gone through the confidence framework, you've got your commitment statement, you want a contribution statement and sentence. And this is more related to the people that need you at your best. And this might tie in perhaps with your reason, on the commitment statement. But your contribution sentence, I'd write the word contribution in capitals, and it wants to be this sentence. The people in my life who need me healthy, strong, confident, and happy for the rest of my life are. The people in my life who need me healthy, strong, confident, and more importantly, happy for the rest of my life are. Who needs you? All of those things. Who needs you at your best? Who needs you healthy? Who needs you strong? Who needs you confident? Who needs you happy? When you can get emotionally connected with who needs you at your best, who needs you healthy, and what needs you healthy, and what needs you sharp and focused, I guarantee you'll be significantly more focused and consistent with your habits and behavior that's going to create those outcomes. For me, knowing who you're doing it for, what you're doing it for, is more important than the how. Because when you know who you're doing, what you're doing it, when you know who you're doing, what you're doing for, and you know why, you'll implement the how. It's the most important thing that we focus on when anyone joins Built to Last, or when they're ever setting a goal or a new goal or resetting a goal. Why is it important? Why does it matter? Who else benefits? Who else needs them at their best? Why is failing not an option? Because when you can really layer the emotional value of hitting a goal for both you and all the people you love and all the people that need you at your best, your consistency levels go through the roof. And I believe the reason why so many people are failing, in particular with their health, fitness, fat loss, body composition goals, is there's not enough clarity with how that relates to their life goals, how that relates to their best future self, and who else is being affected if they are not healthy, strong, and the best of who they are. So if you're listening to this and really wanting to take charge this year, go to that extra level, that extra 5%, physically, mentally, emotionally, I really encourage you to follow that confidence framework and the commitment statement and remind yourself of who you are actually contributing to. Remember, contribution is a spiritual need. If we don't feel like we're contributing, that's when we're going to find a way to meet that need through disempowering things that affect us negatively. Okay? So, just like I said towards the start, if you want the actual confidence framework, because I've got that as a PDF that you can print off, that, as I said, all of our clients have got a card that they are going to have as a reminder on a daily basis, whether it's at the work desk or wherever they are. If you want that, please drop me a direct message on Kirk Miller _ on my Instagram or my LinkedIn, Kirk Miller, and hopefully it helps you as much as it will help our clients. But above all else, as I said, this is a New Year episode. Get clear on what you want, who you're trying to become, and make sure your standards don't contradict that. And if you don't have a plan, go and get one, whether it's working with me, working with my team, or someone who you feel is more suited to your needs. But don't go into New Year wishing for a goal. Have a plan, stick to it, have a peer group that's going to help elevate your standards, and I promise you, you're more likely to achieve your goals. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please continue to spread the word. As I said, I'm Immensely grateful for the support of this channel, and I'll see you next time.